I have dreams about us. I just want it to stop.
Alright guys, so again, please subscribe and like this video. That way I can know what type of videos you guys do like. So, if you're new here, my name is Mary. And this is vlog entry number 2. I started this channel so I can share my story of what happened to me when I was growing up. And hopefully I'll be able to help somebody by just opening up, because I've had a hard time opening up. Even my husband still tells me to this day, Mary, you know, you still hold a lot of stuff in. And he's right. I block it out of my mind. I don't want to think about being molested. I don't want to think about being abused. I don't think anybody does. And I think as a victim of these type of things, a lot of us do block it out, and a lot of us don't want to ever talk about it again, because I mean, it brings up a lot of sadness and a lot of bad memories. And I mean, as a victim myself, I know it's hard. It's really hard for me to be sitting here right now. As you can tell, I'm having a hard time even beginning with my story this time. And that's because, well, I'll just tell you guys. So, as a child, I was molested. That was when I was 6 years old. I opened up to you guys about that in my last diary entry. So, the abuse didn't stop there. When my parents got divorced, my sister and I would be with my dad every other weekend. So, I mean, I don't think my dad meant any harm, but he didn't know what we had already been through. So, I can't remember, I think I was about 7 or 8 when my dad decided that he was going to get my sister and I both naked and take a shower with both of us. That was very inappropriate, but that's not, he never touched us or anything like that. I just think that because of what we had already been through, being molested, that, I mean, he didn't know at that point because my sister and I were threatened, so we didn't say anything. So, he holds a lot of resentment towards me for telling my mom about that. Well, I was 8 and I had been molested already. It made me feel really uncomfortable that my own father would get in a shower naked with us, because I didn't know what he was going to do. I mean, a man that my mom trusted and let her in our house molested us. So another man that I'm supposed to trust got me naked and took a shower with me. So that made me feel really uncomfortable, and my dad and I have never had a good relationship since, because I opened my mouth and told my mom. Aside from that, my mom got married to another man. I want to say about a year after she and my first stepdad got divorced. And she's still married to him to this day. But growing up, my sister and I were both sexually, physically, and mentally abused by him. Now, as an adult, I have no contact with him whatsoever, thank God. But when I do go up to Kansas City to visit, my mom always wants us all to go out to dinner, and so I just don't really talk. Why, as an adult, I still choose to go out to eat with them, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. So when she first got married to him, I mean, everything was okay for a few months. And then he started making us feel uncomfortable. So I mean, he kissed my sister. French kissed her. As far as me, when we still lived in Texas, he didn't do anything to me here. When we moved up to Missouri, he got so angry with my sister and I. We were told to clean the house, and they were still at work. So my sister and I used my mom's stereo, and we had music turned up because we were cleaning the house. He got home and he said, "Turn that goddamn music down." Took his belt off and started whipping us. Not just spanking, or not anything normal. He was whipping us so bad that we ran out of the house. This wasn't the first incident. This is just one of the main ones. My sister and I ran out of the house and ran to our neighbors. And our neighbor's mom, our neighbor was our friend. So at this point, I was 12 and she was 11 because we had just moved to Kansas City. So when we ran to our neighbor's house, our friend's mom called the cops. The cops came and took pictures of us. We had welt marks all over us. We stayed, and DFS took us out of our mom's custody for only 3 weeks. We stayed with our neighbor, and then they dismissed the case. So we went back home. The abuse continued, and I would mention it to my counselors at school, but I never wanted to take action because I didn't want to be away from my sister or away from my mom, because that's all I knew. All I knew was my mom. All I knew was my sister, and I didn't want to be taken away. My sister eventually got placed in state's custody because she needed help from all the abuse that we endured. So that was what happened at our first house in Kansas City. Then we moved, and my mom and stepdad were buying a house, and it had a hot tub in the basement off the garage. So we were forced into the hot tub naked with my stepdad. And he put his hands in places he shouldn't have. And he put his mouth in places he shouldn't have. And at that point, my mom knew that we had been molested by her ex-husband, because we stayed quiet for years after it happened. But at that point, she knew. And my mom came down here to Texas to
Is there another way?
make her statement at the trial.
And the nails piled
She told us that we
harder
couldn't
in the
testify because we were too young, but come to find out that's wrong.
Come and beat again, oh breathe again.
I was 13 by this point.
Rise up from the dark, I see a light ahead.
And she said that
Wait for us, wait for us. Rise up from the grave, hear like call. Wait for us, wait for us. Oh, how buried underneath the concrete bed. Is there another way?
My sister and I were left up in Kansas City
Is
with
there another
her now
way?
husband,
And the
and
rain
I had a
poured
nightmare, and
heavy on the
I
waiting
forgot. Honestly,
storm.
it was the middle of the night.
Come and beat again,
I forgot my
oh
mom
breathe
wasn't there.
again. Whoa. Rise up from the dark, I see a light ahead.
I woke up.
Wait for us, wait for us. Rise up from the grave, hear like call. Wait for us, wait for us. No help from hell can keep us down. We hold the line.
Yes, I can't.
No force of hell can bury what we hold inside.
She has a drink.
No help from hell can keep us down. We hold the line. No force of hell can bury what we carry. We carry.
Sit in her
We
bedroom.
rise from the dark, I see a light ahead.
Try and save me. I was a child.
Wait for us.
At this time, my sister wasn't there. My sister if she took those beatings while she was there, what about the 6 years after she was taken out of the home? The 6 years that I was abused. He didn't abuse my mom. I was the one who took it off. I was the one relied upon to pay bills. My mom would give me money and I would have to try to find a ride to pay bills my whole teenagehood. And then one time I couldn't find a ride and my mom had gone too long without paying the light bill and the lights got cut off and it was my fault. I was 14. I think a lot of people don't understand the abuse that I've endured, or that anything is wrong with me, or why I get sad or listen to punk rock or alternative music, or nobody understands any of that because they don't know what I've been through. I mean, I don't think anybody truly understands me. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to sit here and tell you guys. I'll tell you what, my first daughter saved my life. As soon as I had that baby, I moved in with my husband. If I hadn't had her, I don't know if I'd be here. Well, I really hope my story today helps somebody out there to open up. If you're being abused, say something. Don't recant your statements to your counselors like I did. Don't let things go. Don't let it go. Say something. Protect yourself. Because you'll be in my position feeling like you're not good enough the rest of your life if you don't. If you don't protect you, your heart, and your soul, you're not gonna live a fulfilling life. Yeah, I work hard. I have 4 kids. I take care of all my kids. I do amazing, and I would kill somebody if they hurt my kids. But there's always this pain. And a lot of the time I just push it to the side and I don't address it. And I'm here to tell you that's a mistake. Don't do that to yourself. You have to stand up for you. No one's going to stand up for you better than you can stand up for you. Not one person on this green earth is going to stand up for you like you can stand up for you, like you can take care of you. Not one person. Well, I really hope that me sitting down and talking to you guys saved just one person. Just one life. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.